I said last week we were working hard to get the aged horses back on track and back moving forward. Last year we were spoiled. Kings County was crushing them in Ohio. Patrick DePrano was crushing them in Massachusetts. You don't always get that happening, right? We'd always like to have a balanced approach, where some horses are doing really well, other horses are doing okay, but everybody is competitive. And that hasn't always been the case this year, right? We've had cases where horses have just been flat. Patrick DePrano for the past 8 weeks has been in limbo. And truthfully speaking, before those 8 weeks, flashes of what he was, but hadn't really seen it. Now, speaking about flashes, certainly had a flash on Friday night. He looked great. Just picked off in 150 flat, 27-2 on the end of it. So as we like to do sometimes just moving the horses around play a big role in the horses coming back to life, and certainly appears to be the case with Patrick. Now we're going to start with the 4-year-olds. We're going to talk about all of them. Atlas Hanover, another horse kind of searching for his own little niche, his own little corner somewhere to do well in. Mohawk had just seen the other night when I raced him, he was overmatched. So he's in to go with Georgian this week. We'll see how he does there. Greatest Ending, I've done 2 videos now talking about Greatest Ending and what he is up to, where he's at. Just trying to get his foot fixed so that this does not keep recurring over and over and over again. And I would rather spend 3 more weeks doing it right than another 3 weeks from now patching him up again. So that's the course we're on right now for Greatest Ending. HL Ballou, I trained him this morning in 2-4 at the Meadows. I thought he trained well. He'll be in to qualify Tuesday at the Meadows. How the hell? I thought he raced good. Finally made $1. He made $1. His first dollar in a long time. Finished 4th today. Wasn't a sparkling effort, but 57 last half and 57 in a piece. Last quarter 29 or 28. I thought the horse looked rather good, and definitely looks like he was comfortable. He felt like he was comfortable. Looks like he could find his way forward in that class. I forbid you, although her efforts are far from maximum output the last little while, she has been productive on the track, a 1st, a 2nd, a 3rd, a 4th, I think in her last 4, something like that. She's been racing okay. A horse that has struggled since we brought him back has been J.K. Mickey Mantle. Now, I told everybody in a video this afternoon, that I trained J.K. Mickey Mantle in 53 and a piece today at the Meadows. It does look like his class isn't written for last week. They're not racing on Saturday, so there were classes that they omitted, and the winners of 3, but not more than 5, was one of them. So rather than running back to the Northfield Park or trying to race him somewhere else, I said to Tim, we know his feet are killing him. The shoes he has on are helping him. He's good in them, but we need to work on him. I said, the better we got him in his feet, the faster he's going to go, the happier he's going to be. So just take another week to get him right. JK Victory certainly is right now. I had a great conversation with Ron Burke in the afternoon of Saturday, and he told me, he said, I trained this horse myself this week, and I don't think I've ever seen him as sound. And I had him when he was at his best. I don't think I've ever seen him as sound as he is right now. So that is encouraging. Then he goes out and wins. Big second quarter. That was a winning move. A great drive by Ronnie Wren, and the horse looked awesome. Cleared to the front 53 to piece en route to a 149-4 win. So that was a great win for us for sure. Looks like money. Some disappointing news this week. As I said in another video, and I'll say it again, it is very, very devastating to lose a good horse, let alone your best horse, to injury. But our train is a pretty big one, and it's not going to stop just because one of our horses gets injured. We're going to assess it, reassess it, put forth a plan of attack to get him back good, cool it out, rehab him, and have that horse back going at that first available opportunity to do so. Now, whether that's a month from now or 4 months from now or 6 months from now, I don't know. We don't know yet what it is, but at the same token, he will come back. Renegade Gypsy is in Indiana. He's racing tonight, very late tonight. His race last week I thought was pretty good. Finished 3rd. I thought he raced pretty good. I've been happy with the way that Renegade Gypsy has been racing. He's in tonight, right? I think he is. Resolute Bay is back now, back jogging. Really happy with. It'd be really nice to get Resolute Bay back going, especially back going in a much sounder format. He just seemed out of sorts, right? When we had him ready before. A little more time, brought him back. We'll see how Resolute Bay does moving forward. Yo Mister is in tomorrow in Kentucky, Sunday in Kentucky. That should be an interesting race. I can't wait to watch Yo Mister race in Kentucky on Sunday. Locatelli is back going now, also another big missing component to our stable. He'll be back in the next 3 weeks or month, I would assume. No Free Lunch, another horse looking for his way forward. You know, the bullpen has not been the bullpen of 2022, that's for sure. But there's nothing stopping these horses from coming back to life, and No Free Lunch is one of those horses. I can't wait to see what he does tonight and moving forward. But definitely there's been a little bit of a power outage with this guy since we stopped with him in January. Think of Galaxies. This is a very, very, very strong filly. I trained her today. She trained amazing. She's in the Open Fillies and Mares at the Meadows this coming week. B. Lisa left her in Northfield. She raced so bad her last start, and we have such a backlog of numbers of 3, 4, and 5 trotters. I just said, you know, that's her class at Northfield Park. I'm just going to leave her there. I'm going to race her out of that class. She doesn't need to go to the Meadows. They're back going next weekend. We'll see when we can get B. Lisa in to go next. Oakwood Cowboy IR. I'm very disappointed with him the other day also. Just a disappointing racehorse list so far. I think we know the issue with him. We have to get some more grab on him. He's going to have to, excuse me, he's going to have to go to a different venue definitely next week to get try and get his mojo back, this guy. I like the way he was pacing. He just wasn't doing enough of it the other day, and he was hitting the bike quite a bit. I think we talked to Dominic after. I'm pretty sure his biggest problem is that he was slipping. So we'll see if he can get a little more grab on and see how that helps this week. Stay Close, a prime example of what can happen when you just shake things up a little bit and move the horses out of jurisdiction, out of their comfort zone, get them back on their toes, get them back ready to go and attacking. And Stay Close certainly did that. An 11-length winner and 52-1, equaled his lifetime best the other day, and he looked awesome. Kings County racing tomorrow with Georgian Downs, the Honorable Earl Rowe Memorial. A salty, salty crew tomorrow. We'll see how he does in with them. Delicious Stone DK, a third the other day. Mark said I did call for Mark the other day. He said he was talking about Greatest Ending, and then he said the other horse, he said he just seems flat. His blood work is on the low side all across the board. He said, I would just like to take a couple of weeks and get it right. I said, Mark, you do right by the horse, you're doing right by us. You just have to let me know. You don't have to ask. So, Delicious Stone DK, another week and a half off. He'll be back. Patrick DePrana, probably one of the most uplifting storylines of the entire week. This was a horse that, you know, was one of our flagship horses last year, and really has not come back to himself this year. We've seen, as I said, you know, sporadic flashes of the old Patrick, and I hope that Friday night was not one of those. I hope that was him rounding back into form, because man, he looks some good on Friday night. Perlucky won another war horse, won the Steve Wiseman Memorial in Minnesota. He's in to go this weekend also. We'll see what we do with him when they finish up in September, but what a beautiful horse he's been for us. Took a dive off. Dipper is back going, jogging and training now in Illinois, I believe, with Jim. And Sintra, another horse that has just kind of fallen apart this year. It's, you know, as I say that, 51 last quarter, 26-4 last week or something. He just can't seem to get past that last little hurdle. He did it last year when we first got him, and it's just a bit of it's a hindrance for him this year. Now, is it just, you know, his age catching up to him? Very likely it could be. And if that's the case, then we have to rethink our model and what we're doing with him. And I think that's exactly what we're going to do. We'll see how he races in the numbers of 4,000, way down in class. We'll see how he races this week in the numbers of 4,000. And then we'll reevaluate our boy, and we'll decide where we're going from there with him. So with that, I'm going to let you go. Those are all your race horses. They're all done. We're all done talking about them. We'll be back in a few minutes with the 3-year-olds and 2-year-olds.